Have you ever wondered if that person you can't get out of your mind actually likes you back? In the next few minutes, you'll discover 5 unmistakable signs that reveal when someone is completely attracted to you, signals that most people never recognize until it's too late. Attraction is a silent language, a dialect that few learn to interpret correctly. Most people live in confusion, misinterpreting signals, imagining interest where none exists, or worse, ignoring when someone is genuinely showing attraction toward them. The problem isn't a lack of signals, it's the inability to recognize them. Today, we're going to change that forever. Neil Strauss, after years of studying human attraction dynamics, discovered that universal patterns exist that reveal when someone feels genuine attraction toward you. These aren't tricks or manipulative techniques. They're instinctive behaviors that the human brain cannot control when experiencing attraction. If you learn to recognize these signals, you'll never again have to wonder if someone likes you. You'll know with certainty. And most importantly, you'll regain power in your romantic interactions. Ask yourself this: how many opportunities have you missed by not correctly interpreting the signals? How many times have you confused kindness with interest or ignored someone who was really trying to get close to you? If you want to change this, keep watching this video until the end. The first unmistakable sign that someone likes you is the unconscious mirroring that develops between you. When someone feels attraction toward you, they begin to unconsciously reflect your movements, postures, and expressions. This happens at a neurological level, and the person cannot control it voluntarily. Neil Strauss described it as the silent dance of synchronization, that moment when two people begin to move as if they were a single entity. Their bodies know it before their minds do. When you take a sip of your drink, that person does the same seconds later. When you change your posture, they adjust to reflect yours. When you gesture in a certain way, you'll soon see an echo of that same gesture. This phenomenon, known as mirroring in psychology, occurs because the brain is designed to establish connections with people who attract us, and the most primitive way to do this is through unconscious imitation. It's as if the brain is saying, "I like you. I want to be like you. I want to connect with you." Think about the last time you were with someone you liked. Did you notice how you unconsciously adopted their verbal expressions? How your speaking rhythm began to synchronize with theirs? That same thing happens when someone likes you. Practical exercise. The next time you're with that person who interests you, make a specific but natural movement, like adjusting your hair or crossing your legs. Then, over the next few minutes, observe if that person repeats the same movement. If they do it more than once, it's a powerful signal of unconscious attraction. The mirror doesn't lie. If you really want to master the art of attraction, you need to learn to read these subtle signals. Subscribe now and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos where we reveal secrets that most people will never know about human attraction. But bodily reflection is just the beginning. There's an even more powerful signal that reveals when someone really likes you, and we'll talk about that in the next point. The second unmistakable sign that someone likes you is the change in the quality of their attention. When someone feels genuine attraction toward you, their attention transforms. It's no longer the common, courteous attention they would give to any other person. It's special, focused, almost hypnotic attention. Neil Strauss called it the magnetic field of selective attention. When someone really likes you, that person will be aware of every detail about you, even things you don't notice yourself. They'll remember exact conversations you had weeks ago. They'll notice when you change something in your appearance, no matter how minimal. They'll listen to you differently, more intensely, more presently. Has it ever happened to you that someone remembers something you casually mentioned in a previous conversation, something you didn't even remember saying? That's selective attention at its highest expression. Their brain is literally programmed to capture and store information about you because they find you valuable, interesting, attractive. And here's the key. We all have a limited resource of attention. The average person is constantly distracted, checking their phone, thinking about multiple things at once. But when someone feels a strong attraction, they break that pattern. Suddenly, they're completely present with you. Look for these details. When you speak in a group, Toward whom do they primarily direct their gaze? When you tell a story, who is the first to react to what you say? When you enter a room, who immediately notices your presence? These small signals reveal where a person's attention is anchored. Exercise to identify selective attention. Deliberately share an unusual detail about something you like or a specific memory during a casual conversation. Don't make it obvious, just drop it naturally. In subsequent meetings, observe if that person references that detail. If they mention it or even act based on that information, perhaps bringing you something related to that specific preference, you have a powerful signal of attraction before you. The quality of attention never lies. You can fake interest, but you can't fake genuine attention for long. It's too costly for the brain to maintain that facade. Have you ever noticed how you feel when someone gives you this type of focused attention? It makes you feel important, valued, special, and that's precisely the feeling someone experiences when they're attracted to you. If you like this content and want to keep discovering the secrets no one has told you about human attraction, like this video and share it with someone who needs this information. Remember that knowledge only has power when applied. But there's a third signal even more revealing than the previous two, and we'll talk about that in the next point. The third unmistakable sign that someone likes you is the phenomenon Neil Strauss called strategic vulnerability. When someone feels genuine attraction toward you, they'll begin to show you small vulnerabilities in a calculated way. It's not a coincidence. It's an unconscious strategy of the brain to establish emotional intimacy. Think about it this way. We all wear different social masks depending on the context we're in. We have a professional mask, a family mask, a mask for casual friends. But when someone feels attraction towards you, they begin to feel the impulse to show you what's behind those masks. These aren't dramatic confessions. They're intentional small cracks in their armor. Maybe they'll tell you an insecurity they wouldn't share with just anyone. Or perhaps they'll reveal a personal dream they haven't mentioned to others. They might talk about a past failure or a specific fear. Why does this happen? Because vulnerability creates connection, and the brain of someone who's attracted is programmed to seek that connection with you. It's as if they're saying, I'm showing you something real about me, something not everyone sees, because I want you to see me as I really am. And here's the crucial detail. This vulnerability will always be measured, strategic. They won't overwhelm you with all their insecurities at once. They'll do it little by little, observing how you respond, gauging if it's safe to continue opening up to you. The next time someone tells you something personal and then says, I don't know why I'm telling you this, or I don't normally talk about these things, pay attention. It's not a coincidence. It's a potent signal that person feels attracted to you and is looking to deepen the connection. Has it ever happened to you that someone you barely know begins to share surprisingly intimate aspects of their life with you? Didn't it seem strange at the time? Now you know why it happens. Exercise to identify strategic vulnerability. During a calm conversation, create a safe space by sharing a small vulnerability yourself. Nothing too intense, just something genuine you wouldn't normally share with just anyone. Observe if that person responds by matching your level of emotional openness. If they do, and especially if they later seek other opportunities to show you more of their inner world, you're looking at a clear signal of attraction. An important piece of advice: never abuse these shared vulnerabilities. If someone shows you that vulnerable side because they feel attraction toward you, treating it with respect is fundamental. Trust is the most valuable currency in human relationships. Strategic vulnerability is like a bridge someone builds toward you, a bridge they wouldn't build for just anyone. Recognizing this signal gives you enormous power because it allows you to see intentions that most people never detect. But there's a fourth signal that's even more revealing, and we'll talk about that in the next point. The fourth unmistakable sign that someone likes you is what Neil Strauss called escalating investment. When someone feels attraction toward you, they begin to progressively invest more resources in the relationship: time, energy, effort, attention, and even material resources. This investment follows an upward pattern. It starts with small investments. Maybe they text you first, extend conversations, or find excuses to run into you. But over time, these investments grow in magnitude and intensity. The fascinating thing about escalating investment is that it works as a virtuous circle. The more someone invests in you, the more valuable their brain perceives you to be. This is what psychology knows as the commitment and consistency effect. Our brain justifies its investments by convincing itself that the person we're investing in is really worth it. Think about the last time someone changed their plans to see you, or traveled a considerable distance just to spend time with you, or perhaps prepared something special knowing you would like it. These aren't casual actions, they're conscious investments that reveal attraction. An important detail: investment isn't always material or visible. Sometimes the biggest investment is mental. When someone thinks about you constantly, when they plan future encounters, when they imagine scenarios with you, that's also investment, even though you can't directly see it. Have you noticed that there are people who are always too busy, except when it comes to you? Suddenly they find gaps in their seemingly impossible schedules. That's investment in its purest form. Exercise to identify escalating investment. Propose a plan that requires some effort or commitment, but do it indirectly. Don't present it as an obvious test. For example, casually mention an event or activity you're interested in and observe if that person offers to accompany you, especially if it involves stepping out of their comfort zone. The way someone responds to these investment opportunities will tell you a lot about their level of attraction. A crucial aspect of escalating investment is consistency. Anyone can make a grand gesture once, but when you see a constant pattern of growing investment, you're looking at an unmistakable sign of genuine attraction. Remember, don't confuse investment with superficial interest. Real investment implies sacrifice, effort, and consistency over time. It's not pretty words or vague promises. It's concrete actions that demonstrate you occupy a priority place in that person's life. If you really want to understand the dynamics of attraction and develop a magnetic presence that naturally attracts others, make sure to leave your comment below telling me which signal has been most revealing to you so far. Your participation helps me create increasingly valuable content for you. But there's a fifth signal, perhaps the most powerful of all, that reveals when someone intensely likes you. And we'll talk about that in the next point. The fifth and most revealing sign that someone likes you is what Neil Strauss calls proxemic polarization. This concept refers to how a person handles physical and emotional distance with you when they feel attraction. It's such an instinctive behavior that it's practically impossible to consistently fake. When someone feels strong attraction toward you, they'll experience a constant tension between two opposing impulses: the desire to get closer and the fear of appearing too vulnerable. This duality creates a fascinating behavioral pattern that, once you learn to recognize it, will reveal more about someone's intentions than anything they could tell you with words. On one hand, you'll notice a magnetic tendency toward you. That person will naturally gravitate toward your personal space. In social situations, they'll always find a way to be near you. Their body will orient in your direction even when they're talking to other people. There will be an almost tangible desire for physical proximity, but simultaneously, there will be a conscious movement of self-containment. Moments where they deliberately take distance, especially when the connection has intensified. This apparent contradiction isn't coincidence or confusion. It's the natural dance of authentic attraction. Have you ever noticed how someone constantly finds reasons to establish physical contact with you? Small touches on the arm during a conversation, a hug that lasts a second longer than normal, or finding excuses to get close to you. And then, suddenly, they seem to establish distance, as if they needed to regain control. This pattern of approaching and distancing is especially revealing because it operates at an unconscious level. Even the most socially skilled person will have difficulty consistently controlling it when they feel genuine attraction. Proxemic polarization also manifests emotionally. You'll notice moments of intense emotional openness, followed by periods of apparent reserve. It's as if the brain needed to recalibrate after each significant approach. Exercise to identify proxemic polarization. During a social interaction, subtly change your position several times throughout the meeting. Don't do it obviously, just move to different spaces within the same environment. Observe who consistently adjusts their position to maintain proximity with you. Also observe who seems especially aware of the physical distance between you, whether approaching or deliberately taking distance. That elevated spatial awareness is a powerful signal of attraction. A crucial detail: true proxemic polarization occurs naturally, like an unconscious dance. If you feel someone is deliberately manipulating distance as a tactic, you're probably looking at calculated behavior, not genuine attraction. When you've developed the sensitivity to detect this pattern, it's as if you could suddenly read others' minds. You'll see intentions that most never perceive. You'll understand attraction dynamics that remain invisible to others. Proxemic polarization is the culmination of all the previous signals. It's where the unconscious mirror, selective attention, strategic vulnerability, and escalating investment physically manifest in the space we share with others. Imagine how your social life would change if you could identify with certainty who feels genuine attraction toward you. Doubts would disappear. Opportunities would become evident. The power in your romantic interactions would tilt in your favor because you could finally see what was previously invisible to you. And that's precisely the point of everything we've discussed today. Attraction isn't an indecipherable mystery. It's a language with its own grammar and vocabulary, a language you have now begun to understand. If this content is proving valuable to you, make sure to share it with someone who might benefit from this information. The most powerful knowledge is that which is shared. Now, considering everything we've learned about these 5 unmistakable signs of attraction, it's time to integrate this knowledge into your daily life. Because understanding the signals is just the beginning. The real power is in how you respond to them. When you identify that someone feels attraction toward you, you have a responsibility. You can use that knowledge to create more authentic connections, or you can abuse it. The difference between manipulation and social mastery lies in the intention behind your actions. Neil Strauss evolved throughout his career from seduction techniques toward a deeper understanding of authentic human connection. He learned that the true game isn't about accumulating conquests, but developing the ability to create genuine connections based on authenticity. The 5 signals we've discussed today give you a superpower in the world of social interactions. They allow you to see what others don't see, but with that power comes responsibility. Use it to create relationships that add value to your life and the lives of others. Authentic attraction is one of the most powerful experiences we can have as human beings. It's not just about romance or seduction. It's about the fundamental human capacity to resonate with others at a level that transcends the superficial. When you recognize these signals and respond to them consciously, you don't just improve your romantic life. You fundamentally transform the quality of all your social interactions. You become someone who understands the subtext of human communication, which gives you an incalculable advantage in all aspects of your life. The next time you interact with someone who interests you, consciously observe these 5 signals: the unconscious mirror, selective attention, strategic vulnerability, escalating investment, and proxemic polarization. Don't look for them obsessively. Simply stay attentive and allow this new awareness to guide you. Comment below, "I choose to see the invisible," to declare your commitment to this new level of social awareness. Let me know which signal seemed most revealing to you, or what situation in your life took on new meaning after understanding these concepts. If you haven't subscribed yet, this is the perfect time to do so. Activate the notification bell so you don't miss upcoming videos where we'll continue exploring the hidden dynamics that govern our most significant social interactions. Share this video with someone who might benefit from this information. True social mastery isn't about techniques or tactics. It's about developing a deep understanding of human nature and using it to create connections that truly matter. And that journey is just beginning.